Hi all. Right, back with more Unconditional Surrender. Training Scenario 4. This is my part 27. Didn't think we were going to get a part 27, but here it is. Yeah, the Germans just unable to clinch that last national will that the French have. They've got 1 point left. So I was thinking of a couple of things overnight there. um, Wondering if we couldn't take out one of the forts here, because they are going to be isolated. Remember, these forts have been vacated. So, however, they are still in a fort, so you're halving that die roll. So, we don't have anything to commit to a battle. We don't have anything. No air and whatever. One thing that I noticed, a mistake, I left a wee note in the header on part 25, I want to say, was I was moving things about and this counter flipped over, this air unit, and I put him back in here, and he should have actually been in that hex there. I want to say we can take that airdrop marker away now, can't we? Well, no, not technically true, because that does sit there. It is still the German operation space. Yeah, so the air unit should have been there. It didn't affect anything. It did so again its 2 sorties back at the end of the last turn. However, it was still within range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of that guy to be able to do the airstrikes done. So there was no harm done. It's just that the counter jumped up in the air, and I thought he was in this hex. It's just when I was watching it back, I caught it. So can the Germans maybe finish it off still, without letting the Western faction get another operations phase? They would only need to take either eliminate one French unit or take a city. So I think I did glance at the possibilities of some things, because we've got this guy isolated, but there's nothing I can get around. I would have to get around it in this hex. We were unable to take him out. Did we reduce him? I think we reduced him. Yeah, we did, didn't we? He's going to just rebuild though, because there's nothing more to chuck at him, I'm afraid. So I suppose that's without a drink, honestly. I suppose the options could be, I think when we work out the fort thing, it's going to be a bit, not really that realistic. Because remember, you've got to assault a fort. So we're still going to have to make an assault on it. And then if we happen to get a DE result when you're halving the die roll, halving the modified die roll, I don't think that's going to be it. You know what I think might be the better thing to do? And it maybe feels a bit rubbish to try and end the game like this, but take the second Panzer and basically kick the crap out of one of these French units. The Alps one, maybe something that we want something to chase down. He'd retreat into there or there, going into the rough, but he would retreat. Excuse me. This guy would retreat either into the hex with the fort or that hex. And remember, he wouldn't be able to retreat into the fort. So he might be the better choice, actually. Plus, the problem here is, though, that I'm then going to vacate Dijon to chase the guy down. Now, if I got a hit on him, if I got a DD result on him right away, and he decided to retreat, whether it was here or here, then I'd feel kind of obliged to go and chase after him. Actually, there goes across the river, doesn't it? So he would go there, making it slightly trickier. This guy would go... actually, he can't go there, can he? Maybe this is the guy we want then, because he can only retreat into there, I think. And then, you know what? He might then be... not isolated, he's not going to be isolated, but he would then have no retreat if I followed him. And that river doesn't, yeah, it's not, the river doesn't cross that hexide. I mean, there's slight risks with me doing this, because if I do vacate Dijon, then clearly the French are just going to step back into it. And then gain themselves 2 more national wall back. Right, hold on here. Why not get this 12th infantry here? Why not move that into here first? And then this guy cannot retreat. He's not isolated, but he cannot retreat. Then the panzers can hit him. Well, to be honest, the infantry might be able to have a nibble as well. It's 1, 2 to cross the river, 3 into there. Then it'd be 4, 5, 6 to attack. He's only going to get 1 attack on him. Now, I could move in from there to there into that 4, but that doesn't... that still allows... No, hold on, Grant. Yeah, no, if I put a German unit there, he will not be able to retreat. That's right, but if I put a German unit there, he will. He'll still have that retreat hex. Won't he? Because this is... Oh, no, that's German. Oh, right, that's 4th infantry then. Oh, right, did I look at it? I think I did. Yeah, because the BF's in the way there. I can't... Although I can trace through that hex, I can't move through that hex. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7 into there, and then, what is it? 4 to attack them, isn't it? So I need 11 movement there. Yeah, we did look at that. Well, in actual fact, yeah, yeah, you can't move into there though, Grant. Well, moving this into here is going to only be 1 movement point. They're then going to have 7 movement left. He would have then 2 attacks at that. Boom, boom. And the second Panzer is going to have, what, 5 attacks at it? Oh, come on, surely that's going to clear the game up. I just felt like there was a way to finish it off quicker, rather than allow the Western faction another chance to get back into the game. I do feel like we left things a bit sparse up here, didn't we? That was too easy for that 1st Panzer to bash through. I should have realised that. Some of you probably noticed that I'd left that. We came down here. There's far too much French units down here, and both the British units are down there. We should certainly have looked at the fact that, okay, this is 2nd Panzer down here taking Dijon. We've got to do something about that, but not with quite everything. We should have watched the 1st Panzer. Okay, so what is the best way? Is it not best me just go in with the Panzers first? Because he cannot retreat, can he? No, he can't go in there. He can't go in there because of that guy. Can't go in there because of that guy. He can't go in there. He's the one that's attacking. Yeah, I think we just go and smash him. He's not got tanks left. They've got nothing. They've got British tanks. So the French must have used their tanks then. Yeah, I think, was it not? In Le Havre, maybe. Yeah, and there's no air. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to activate the 2nd Panzer. Hold on here. Hold on. You didn't think of that, Grant. He's isolated. And he's going to suffer. Isn't he? So hang on. Attacking an isolated defender. Oh no, hold on. It doesn't apply to the attacker. Attacking an isolated defender, except in a fort on an island, and the asterisk gives a description of what isolated is, which is a defender has no eligible retreat hex and is not adjacent to a friendly city, fort, or ground unit. So although the second panzer is isolated, it only applies to when it's defending, which kind of makes some sense. I hadn't really thought. Oh, excuse me. Trying to get the pause there. Yeah, this cough's just, it's not completely going away. It's just lingering with me, sadly. Yeah, I think that's the reason I hadn't really thought about it, because it doesn't apply. It only applies to the defender. Okay, that could have been, because if they were getting +2 out of that, because he was, yeah, okay, but it makes more sense. It's when you're attacking. And although he does not have a retreat hex, he is adjacent to a friendly unit. So yeah, so we're activating second panzer. I'm pretty sure we should be able to finish this off. Taking me down to 20 production points, because 5 attacks on that without a retreat is surely gonna, you would think. And then this guy can then, like I say, he can't move in there, which is a shame, because, oh, hold on though. We will actually be able to move the 12 into there, won't we? And have an extra attack on that. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, we can actually have 2 attacks on that. That is coming across the river though. And so would that be coming across the river. But I'm pretty sure, surely the Panzer's going to weaken them. I mean, unless we got an incredible result and they managed to stop the attack. But, I mean, remember, we are going to be +4, it has +1. Okay, so we've activated the second Panzer. He's got 10 movement points. He's going to spend 2 of the movement points down to 8 to attack into here. It's just into a clear hex. There's no hex side issues. There's nothing anybody can come at. It's +2 for German, +2 for tanks, and it's +1 for French. So that's all it is. And remember, he has no retreat results. So I've got my feelings that this guy's going. And it is just one national will they've got. Yes, it is. So all we need to do is eliminate that guy, and he's a full strength. He's a field ground unit. So +4 for the Germans, +1 for the French. Let's just have a little look. They hit a 6. We hit a 1. It's not even getting an attacker stopped. So we've not even got the fear of the attacker stopped result here. Yeah. So I think this guy, I'm sure it's curtains for this guy, unless we have some terrible die rolls here. Okay, so +4 to a +1. Here we go. The first of 5 possible attacks. And that one could be a start. That one could hit right away, I would think. That's 9 to 4. That might even be a DD. No, it's not. 9 to 4. So it's a DR. So we know that he's not got a retreat. Cannot retreat anywhere. Remember that German unit's there. He's out in zone of control into that hex. So he can't go there or there. And he can't go there. And he can't go into the fort because that's zone of control. So he does have to take a step loss. Yeah, this is game over, isn't it? And then the Germans will attack again for another 2 points, taking them down to 6. And now the fact the unit's reduced also puts a -2. So he's +1 but -2, so he's now at a -1. And the Germans are still at +4, is that right? Yeah, reduced strength, he gets a -2. Yeah, +2 for German, +2 for tanks, +1 for French, -2 for being reduced. So yeah, it's not going to work, is it? Trying to hang on. I'm not quite sure that might still be a result. So it's 4 plus 5 is 9. It's 6 minus 1, which is 5. It is again a retreat result. So that's going to be that. He's not going to retreat. That German unit is eliminated. And that is the French conquered. They collapse, their national will drops to 0, and yeah, well, we don't need to go through anything more than that. There are quite a few things I think you do when the French collapse. Of course, you've got the Vichy situation and whatever. Second Panzer could advance after combat, probably not. It's just going to stay there and have another couple of attacks. You know what? He might have even opened up supply from. No, he's not, because he's surrounded by these two. So he would probably have a go at one of these. Maybe try and. Actually, this one's. Oh, it does have a retreat. Which was silly if I'd moved that into that fort there. That would have stopped him. But it doesn't matter, Grant. You can stop now. Their national will is at 0, and that's when that happens, the country becomes conquered, isn't it? Just going to get the rule book across here and see. Yeah, page 6 there. Again, this is just out of my rule book. I'm going to hang on till the designer releases a new version of the 11 rules. I think so. He hinted that it was something that he was hoping to get out by the end of the month. Okay, that might not be, time-wise, might not be 100% accurate, I suppose, but, well, you never know. But it means that there's one coming sometime soon, so I'll just hang on for that. Anyway, page 6, will markers, the second paragraph. A country's national will cannot exceed 99, it cannot be less than 0. If a country's national will drops to 0, it collapses, 13.2. And then it also says a collapsed country that has at least one of its cities under enemy control is considered conquered, 13.2.2. And if we jump to 13.2, I think you don't read 13.2 because it's actually, although it's collapsed, it's been conquered. So I think you move to 13.2.2. Again, just reading this out the rules, the rule book. Countries considered conquered by the facing faction, regardless of which faction caused the collapse. After country is conquered, becomes inactive. So it tells you there, and it's considered conquered for the rest of the scenario. So it's not that we can play on to the end of December and, you know, any of the win conditions here can be altered, and the conditions were, rather than show you the book. I think I just talked through this last night though, didn't I? I went over it last night. Excuse me. The Axis faction wins if by the end of December 40 achieves all the following, otherwise the Western faction wins. Poland and 4 other countries except France are conquered. Either France is conquered or the UK is collapsed. There is at least one other active Axis country besides Germany. So we have conquered Poland, we have conquered 4 other countries that are not France, being Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, and we have conquered France. We have not collapsed the UK, but we've conquered France. And we have not one ally, we have 2 active Axis countries beside Germany. And you're required to have 1. So I think the only thing I pointed out was the only way they could play on as if the Yugoslavian and Hungarian got wiped out. You know, if the Western faction conquered Hungary and Yugoslavia. I'm not even going to play on to see if that's a feasible option, because it's not. And I'm not even sure if that would. Well, look, it's not going to happen. So, right. So I did think last night when I shut up that maybe there was a possibility of just finishing it off rather than trying to go into another phase and not that I wouldn't have minded. I wouldn't have minded the. I just don't know what they would do now, though. You know, if it was the Western operations right now, I mean, they've got 2 units to mobilise, so somebody would get mobilised. But I mean, it'd be mobilising in Brest, but remember, it'd be mobilised reduced. So, and then it's not just Brest you've got to worry about, and this is in range of Bordeaux as well, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, to be honest. Could take Bordeaux and Toulouse. Although, like I say, there's 2 units to mobilise, and then there's all this stuff sitting here not really doing anything again, so I guess these would back up, probably. But you wouldn't be able to cover Brest. And then you've also got Le Havre that's in bother. Oh, yeah, and I forgot about Cherbourg as well, which is... There's just naval units in it, so a ground unit can just walk into there. So I don't think it would have mattered. And as for the French taking... Well, let's say they did take maybe Dijon back, and let's say they eliminated the 2nd Panzer. Well, that wouldn't give them any will back, but they would need to get more will back. So let's say they took 2 more will back, and when they were on 3 will points, like I've just pointed out, that can come and take it 4. Okay, we could cover. Yeah. You could go in for a while, Grant, but I don't think anybody could believe that. Well, they're not getting the chance to, because we came up with a solution to end the game. So that was that. Anyway, so that is that. That was really good. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it more than I thought. I did get some little bits in there were bothering me. Yeah, when you've got to decide to play the tanks, when you know what's in your head on the one side, you can't shut it out the other side. I know some people say that they can do that, but there's certain things that you cannot shut out, surely. Maybe if you stop playing the game, done the Axis move. But then the thing is, you've got to make the decision in the combat, so you can't just go away and come back, because you're going to come back and then you're going to look at the German side and say, right, well, I want to come at that because I know that, and then I've got to then shut that bit out of my mind and try and think, right, what are the French going to do? You can't do it. It's impossible. I think so. So you've just got to make the right call for the decision at a time. You know what the Germans are going to do because you've thought it up yourself. Even if it's some kind of smart, clever move, you know it. Eh? So you've just got to make the best move accordingly on top of that. Which, I know most of these guys out there probably play these games two-handed, so you're all used to that. It's just difficult for me. Eh? But I did enjoy that. Now, where do we go? I don't know. I have set up one of the games we got at Christmas on our table at Red vs. Reverse. It's the Second Boer War back in 1899. So it's a wee bit away. It's a wee bit. I'm generally sort of World War II stuff. But I've been looking at that game for a while, and it looks quite interesting. You give out orders to the battalions and whatever they are, brigades and whatever. And apparently this was something that maybe happened in that war, that sometimes the orders didn't get there, or if they did get there, they were ignored or misinterpreted. And there's a few bits like that look quite smart. The rules, I'm struggling to get my head around that. It's not that complex. It shows up as a 3.00 on BGG, so it's not light, but I don't know, the rules, when I read through the rule book, it didn't really sink in for me. So, and the video footage is out there. There's some little bits that are out there that are helping me a little bit, but they're not quite as clear as I'd like. So anyway, I thought I would maybe try and play about with it myself a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'll make a recording unless my playthrough myself feels like it doesn't warrant that, Well, what about this? What about Unconditional Surrender? I don't feel like I want to leave it like that, because I enjoyed it. I mean, I could sort of say to myself, actually done a 2-player game, Grant. You played a 2-player game solo. What else have you got? You know, because I do have a few games that are 2-player. I've got Empire of the Sun, which I just think is an absolutely gorgeous looking game as well. It sort of reminds me of this a little bit. They're totally different games, yeah, but it's just beautiful looking game. And I did try and do a playthrough of it using it's got an AI in it, Erasmus, and whether I could go back and then use that Erasmus and then get to points where Erasmus it's one of these AIs that still leaves you with things to do, which I'm not so keen on. But whether me doing this would then maybe allow me to set that game up again and use Erasmus, but when I get to the points, just say, right, well, what's the best thing to do here, Grant? But Emperor Sun's more complex than this. It's a heavier game than what this is. So not sure about that. What else do you have? I think I've not got that many because. I tell you one that I wanted to do. Hang on. At any cost, Mets 1870. That's a bit. The box is a bit messed up. It was a bit. The reason I bought it was reduced. It only cost me £15 or something like that. And the reason it was reduced was the counters are misaligned when they were cut. So it's not the best. Anyway, I had a shot at this game myself and it's a chip draw system. This is another GMT game. Designer Herman Lutman, who's done a lot of good games, isn't he? He's quite a lot of the chip draw stuff. And the fact that it's chip draw and I actually quite enjoyed playing that myself. And I only played one of the smaller scenarios, I think, in it. And then I thought, if I'm able to get into this, I think I might like this as well. Okay, that's going back a few years as well, where from my sort of, I do kind of like the World War II stuff. But some of this is good. But I need to go through the rulebook on this again, but that was most enjoyable, and I thought maybe that would be a good thing to try if the 2-player thing was going to work for me. There's maybe a couple others out there. I've got Combat Commander, but that's a 2-player sort of card game though, so I don't know. I think I'd maybe leave that. And there's maybe one or two others. I don't know. Nothing sort of. I'm looking around here to see, but. As for solo games, I do have Skies. What is it again? Skies Above Britain. I got that. There was the other Christmas game I got. Well, one at my birthday, one at Christmas. So I've sleeved the cards. I've clipped the counters for it. I was going to set up the little scenarios and start doing it. So if I do take this down, that's probably what will get set up there and fiddled about with, because I've got Redbird's Reverse on the other table. But I'm still slightly tempted to do something more with this. I don't know what though. It wouldn't be the best idea to do the main event, because we're just going to repeat what we've just done. And you see how long that took me. What was it? 27 parts. 27 parts, all over an hour long. So, well, maybe not all, but some of them were more than an hour long. So probably averages out to be an hour apart. So 27 hours worth just to get to here. And I think that's what Stuart's cheeky comment was, that wake me up when you get to part 25 if you do the whole game. Which maybe a lot of years, if you've watched this, you would think, right, well, I'm not going to watch all that again, but I might come in once the French have been conquered, and let's see how maybe Barbarossa goes. But I could do that. We could try one of the other scenarios, the one that does Barbarossa, maybe, yeah, I'd need to look through it and see 3 faction scenarios. No, I'd be better with 2 faction scenarios. Well, there's the one, the hypothetical Soviet versus Western. That's 18 turns long. This is meant to be a fun scenario. Don't take it too seriously. It says. I guess that would be something different. I know there's a playthrough up of that. I think that guy Fred done quite a lot of them. It's all in Vassal. I don't like watching or using Vassal myself. I understand why people do it though and use it. I'm not knocking them for that, but even watching video playbacks of Vassal, I'm not that keen on. But sometimes it's the only option, isn't it? And his stuff, he seems to be really keyed up on the rules, and watching his stuff is quite. It is good to watch. So I think he's got one of them, and what is the other one? Soviet versus Western. Sorry, I know I'm not showing you any of this, but yeah, you've got the whole USSR, 1941, 1944. That's 42 turns, but that would be totally different to what we've just done there. You know, that's just Barbarossa right through, isn't it? I mean, right to 1944. So the idea of the Soviets then coming back and pushing the Germans back, oh, there you go. They have, just looking there, the Axis faction, Hungary are an ally to the Axis. So Hungary, I'm assuming that's historical. So Hungary and Romania. There you go. So it looks like Hungary and Romania were part of the Axis faction, as well as Italy. Italy are in there too, but I knew about Italy. I didn't know about maybe the smaller countries, and that's maybe that's wrong to say that they're smaller countries, but well, they kind of are in size. Well, maybe not really. To be honest, maybe not. That's maybe rubbish as well, Grant. Orders, yeah, that's only 4 turns long. And that's France as well, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. What's the other one? Well, it's the Mediterranean one as well. That's 29 turns as well. No diplomacy phase in it. That's Germany and Italy. Actually, it's mainly Italy. Actually, yeah. There's not. In fact, no. There's no German units. There's just German events. Well, actually, they've got the Africa Corps, haven't they? And they've got 2. They've got an air unit, a Luftwaffe, a second Luftwaffe, and it's Italy against the UK. Yeah. I'm gonna go and think about it then. I guess I wanted to blather a bit to stretch the video to at least 30 minutes because it was finished off a little quick there. Yeah, I hate when I get to the end of a game though, when I've still got time to play in that, because I suppose I can go and try this thing on the other table, but yeah, we'll see. But I did really enjoy this, and I certainly will come back to it. If I do put it away just now, because it does seem a shame that Sky's above Britain. Yeah, I'm wary about it though. Just not sure if it's my thing or not. RAF, Battle of Britain, the John Butterfield game is the one game that maybe just didn't quite click with me. So it's obviously the same theme. So a little worried that might affect things. But I mean, different gameplay in that. So maybe it was just the gameplay, you know. Anyway, I'll ponder on it and we'll see what we come back to on this table. Just think about it overnight probably. Okay, but I hope you enjoyed that. I really did anyway. And yeah, I mean that was a historical outcome. When did we conquer? In September? I want to say the training scenario goes from May to September. So maybe that's when it did happen. Maybe that's when France did collapse in September of 1940. Sorry, I'm again not up on my history, but you know, to that detail anyway. Yes, I've still got an itch here with this game. Something's telling me I might try and set up one of their scenarios. I feel like the fact that the map's still here and we've got on the table that maybe not the main theme, because the main event, because they're just going back over things, because like I've said, so maybe one of the other ones I talked about. Anyway, I'll get away for now. That's enough Wither and Grab, and I'll be back with something soon. Okay, cheers.